Today we're going to be talking about my experience with one of my roommates at college. Side note, I have a tendency of setting a lot of alarms in the morning that I never actually wake up to right away. It takes me a good minute to come back to reality. Some would call me a deep sleeper, but knowing that I have class at 8 o'clock in the morning, I always set those alarms the night before to ensure that I wake up. So the morning comes around. Me and my girl are sleeping peacefully and the alarm begins to sound for however long. And I begin slowly fading back into reality. And to my surprise, I saw Peter Griffin standing at my door open, saying verbatim, "Turn that shit off." Whoa, technical foul. I was in complete disbelief. Mind you, I had no clothes on under those sheets. So the thought of being expelled and arrested for beating this naked kept me in my bed as he swiftly walked away from the door, not closing it all the way. I'm looking at my girl, she looking at me. All I could say was, "What the?" I began to hear back talk through the walls like he was saying something back. Noticing that my door wasn't closed like how it was when I went to sleep, I tell him to close my freaking door. He closes it, I get up and put on shorts. By the time I walked out of the room, he was gone. He had already went to class. And so did I. End of story. Now I had to at least say something to him. So I waited on him to walk back in the apartment. Room door open so I can confirm that it's him. I let him settle in his room, but then I went out to knock on the door. Before I could even say anything, he comes to the door with apologies. "I'm sorry, bro. I know I was wrong. What I did. I don't know what was wrong. I'm sorry." I let him finish with his bullshit, and then I proceed to tell him don't ever do anything like that ever again. I told him that it came off as if he wanted to fight. That's what I was thinking. I was confused. All I heard was profanity in my alarm. I explained to him that that's not okay. That's a boundary that you do not cross. So I feel I had all rights to spaz out and lay hands on him. Not only is that disrespectful to me, but that's disrespectful to my girl as well. But with my future in mind, I decided to exercise some restraint because I know how the situation would have looked. If you had a problem with the sounds of the alarm, that's completely understandable. But it's how you go about it that determines everything. Control yourself and learn to communicate more respectfully and more effectively. We have a group chat, so you had options. But from the look on his face, I could tell my words were going in one ear and coming out the other ear, because there were other situations that happened since then, but none was as extreme as this one, but I could tell he just wasn't listening. Moral of the story? I don't know, lock your doors. Tell me what you would have done in this situation. Peace, y'all.